excited to have Rodney McLeod on the show. One of the great names, the true great names in NFL history. He spent time with the Rams, the Eagles, the Colts. He's running it back with the Cleveland Browns this year. Special player because my favorites are the undrafted free agents, two Super Bowl winning champions. Rodney McLeod, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How you doing today?
I'm great. I'm happy to have you on the show. I haven't talked to you in a long time, and I
Oh,
just want to dig right into it because you re-signed with Cleveland, which makes a lot of sense. I know you've got a lot more to give. You've talked about it, but I was thinking literally all day yesterday. Like I had researchers working on this. When is the last time a player sort of said it was his last lap before the season? I don't remember anyone ever doing that. What made you make that decision?
well, I know one, BG, my good friend over with the Eagles, Brandon Graham. He's already put it in the air, so I really was following suit with him. But honestly, I don't know. I think I'm kind of just content with where I am in my career, but also where I am in my life, and really just looking forward to going out and enjoying this last ride. Not really putting too much pressure. I think it just happened organically.
Mm.
But I'm excited. I'm not thinking too far, ahead to retirement. I'm more focused on the present and, one, how do I get myself better, throughout this off season, and then two, ensuring that I'm available for my team this year from start to finish, and looking to hopefully be able to add another title to my name, to that undrafted career that nobody anticipated. But it's going to be a special year for a lot of reasons.
I would love that for you. 2023 didn't end how you wanted it to. You want to be available for your team because after week 11, you weren't. You had the torn biceps. I don't think it's holding you back from everything I'm seeing. How are you feeling? And how did ending your season not on your own terms affect your decision to retire?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm really at the point now where I can do anything. So it's no longer an issue. I'm past that point in the rehab process. So I really could just focus on ball, which is the great part about it. And because of when it happened during the season, allowed me to really not rush the process, right, and ensure that every marker was checked. We feel good, and then yeah, I think it really made my decision that much easier to return because I felt as though the story was
Mhm.
left incomplete, and that just doesn't sit right with me. I need to make sure that I put a period on it, or hopefully an exclamation mark, right, behind that story. And so yeah, that's what made me decide to come back to Cleveland this year and line it up one more time with a great group of men.
I feel like it's not like you wouldn't have had an exclamation point last year. It was the number one total defense, like amazing defense that you're a big time leader on. And I'm excited to see. I mean, you said, quote, I left food on the plate last year. I got to know what's left at the buffet for you.
There's always more to prove, to be honest, and that's what's kept me around this long is that consistent chip on my shoulder, finding something to motivate me and drive me that much more each and every year. And this year, it was the fact that I am happy, that I was a part of the number one defense last year. But again, I don't know if Cleveland saw the full me. And so
Oh,
that's what I'm looking forward to putting on display this year, in front of the Cleveland fans and the NFL world.
y'all are doing your thing on defense. You're saying, that Cleveland hasn't seen the full you. There's a lot of people concerned that we have seen the full Deshaun Watson. Two unique, interesting seasons back to back. Uh, is there more to Deshaun Watson?
Absolutely, there's more. I think we all witnessed that last year. Unfortunately, his season was also cut short. But in a time where he was a starter, I believe we were 4-1 at that time. And his last outing was probably one of the more impressive games I've seen, or even halves alone that I've seen from a quarterback. And he literally willed us to that victory. And so I'm looking forward to seeing Ford back in the starting lineup for us, leading the team, and really putting on display everything that he's worth. And so I'm excited for what he's going to be able to do for us this year with a full off season of recovery and him, playing lights out, which we all know he's capable of.
And I got Jameis there, who I saw at the Derby, and he's in rare form. Like that's maybe the most interesting quarterback room in the entire NFL. And it's going to take everybody showing up like crazy. Listen, there's like a very short list of players that I'm just dying to get a ring. I think Christian McCaffrey is on the list. Myles Garrett is probably number one on that list for me. I want him to get a ring so bad. How often does he talk about that?
Yeah, I believe Miles, he is very deserving of a ring, because of how much he puts into the game, how much the game means to him, but more importantly, how much the city and his teammates, mean to him. So, Miles, he doesn't say much, but his presence is always felt. And so I know that's something that he thinks about on a regular basis, even though he may not express it as often, but he's doing everything possible to bring a championship to the city.
I want to get through two questions. We have about a minute left, but I want to, Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett, it's insane that you got to play with these two defensive specimens, two of the best to ever do it. I'm curious, we quickly pick between these two. Which of those two are quarterbacks in your experience more afraid to go up against?
Oh, hmm.
Who's squirming the most?
I might say Miles.
Yeah,
And
he's
there's no
so
diss to, no diss to my dog AD, but I think
of course.
Miles just completes. He presents a different challenge, and I think he's a little more scary, especially because his ability to be able to line up wherever, whether it's on the edge or we even saw last year him lining up over the center. He could do it all.
You're not thinking about your last season, but I think it's going to put you in a mental space to bring it on every snap. Not that you don't always, but it's going to do a little something extra. I'm going to show you the quarterbacks that you have left. We're on this tour. Who is left on the bucket list that you want to pick off? You got Dak, you got Flacco, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson. You could get, who would you like on this list?
I would say I probably need one from my dog Jalen Hurts. And it'll be nice within the division to get one off Lamar Jackson too.
All right. I love this. And I'm hoping that for you. And of course, that's Tom Brady's first game in the booth at Fox to kick off your season. So we're all excited and rooting for you. And congrats on an insane career, a Super Bowl championship, and trying to bring another one to Cleveland.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me.
Thanks, Rodney.